Let's go to the Midas website and open the downloads page. MR18 firmware. Oh, wow. 5 years. Finally. The MR18 and MR12 mixers get a firmware update. Here you go. The last time it was updated was in 2018. That's too much. And the only reason they updated it is because people are not able to use their mixers. They are locked out of it because all the software updates on their devices. So you'll have to download the new Edit app to update the firmware with it. So MR18 version 1.8, download it. These are the updates, nothing crazy, just bug fixes. And the Edit app now in the EQ has these vertical lines with numbers on them. Wow, I couldn't live without these. I don't really care, it doesn't matter. Now, if you look into the folder that you just downloaded, you'll find 2 different firmware files. These are the exact same firmware, but for different versions of the hardware, because if you bought your mixer more recently, it has a different chip in it. And this is what it means, version 1 and version 2. So how do you know which firmware to use? You'll open the Edit app and go to Setup, and here in the bottom it says which hardware version you're on. So this is in my church. We have version 1, so the original hardware. So I'll go to Update Firmware and find this firmware file and make sure to select version 1 and open it, and it will start updating the firmware, and it's rebooting the mixer. And now you can see there's nothing. No mixer shows up on the app. Don't worry about that. Just hit rescan and it will reconnect and sync. And here we go. We have version 1.20 of the firmware. All's good. They were waiting to release this MXMix app that will control these mixers, and it was never released. So instead they decided to fix the old app, which sucks in the first place. You can just download it from the App Store. However, for Android, Google Play doesn't support it anymore because it's just too old. So you'll have to download the Android app from the Midas website also. I'm gonna write here MR18 Android app, and you'll find an APK file. Download it, put it on your phone, and then find it on your phone wherever you put it and click on it and install. Then open the app. You'll need to give it a few permissions that it asks for. So just hit OK and then give it permission while using the app. Now I'm back home. I'm not with the mixer anymore, so I'll go offline. It's still really old, and I really don't like to use this app. It crashed on me a ton. I just used the Mixing Station app, because how many times did Mixing Station crash on me? Precisely 0. And you can do a lot of customization in the Mixing Station app. I'm using the free version. You don't even have to pay for it. Everything you can imagine, you can customize on it. It runs very smooth. It never crashes. I don't care about the Midas app because I'm gonna use the Mixing Station app anyway. It's better in every possible way. Now, something I noticed is that the Mixing Station app told me that the firmware is too new. And do I want to continue? Just hit yes and you're good to go. You can still use the app. Nothing is gonna explode. Nothing's gonna happen. It all works. That's just a warning because the app hasn't been updated yet. But I'm sure it will be updated very soon because the Mixing Station app always gets updated. Unlike the Midas, 5 years, come on. And if you wanna know how I use the Mixing Station app, click on the video on the screen right now and I'll walk you through how I set it up on my phone, and I'll see you there.